Good evening and welcome to the Gulf Coast Sports Network. We're coming to you live tonight from Brooksville, Florida, as we prepare for a cross-county battle as the Panthers of Lecanto square off against the Nature Coast Sharks. As you might be able to tell, we're off to a little bit of an early start here this evening. We do have weather in the area, so we're trying to get this game underway. Thanks for joining us tonight. I'm Will Wilkie. I'll be with you for the pregame show, which will be abbreviated. Before we hand off the call to tonight's team of Abe Dowdell and Paul Smith. If you're new to the Gulf Coast Sports Network, we are a registered nonprofit media company fully staffed by a wonderful crew of talented volunteers. All of our content is free, so please consider subscribing to our channel at Facebook and Twitter pages, which you can find by using the handle at GCSN Broadcast. That's at GCSN Broadcast. Your follows, likes, and free subscriptions help us in offsetting our costs, and as always, we appreciate your viewership and your support. So let's get things started with the Lecanto Panthers, led by head coach Antoine Scrivens. The Panthers entered tonight's game with a record of 1-1 on the season. Lecanto got off to a fast start in week one, downing West Point by a score of 21-12. Leading the Panther victory on offense was senior sensation Sovon Sams, who racked up a $128 on the ground with a touchdown, while junior Eric Jenkins was all over the field on the defense, racking up 9 total tackles, including a tackle for loss. Week two was less kind for the Panther faithful as they came up short on their trip to Leesburg. Quarterback J.T. Tipton was letting it rip, throwing for 316 in the air and 2 touchdowns, but it wasn't enough as the Villages Charter took home the win by a score of 38-20. Now let's turn our attention to the Nature Coast Sharks. They come into tonight also 1-1 on the season. It was a rough start for the Sharks in the opener as they fell to Southlake 27-6. Nature Coast was able to shake it off and bounce back last week against Pasco, taking home a decisive 41-7 victory. Let's quickly check in with the Nature Coast coaching staff. Head coach Chris Hawley is assisted by Joe Ramos and Alan Williamson. And here is Coach Hawley's keys to tonight's ballgame.
My name is Coach Chris Hawley from Nature Coast Technical High School. Tonight's keys to the game against Lecanto High School are stop the run, put them in long distance situations on third down, and to run the ball and score a lot of points.
Here comes the show!
And thank you to Chris Hawley for his time in putting that together for us for the coaches' keys to the game. Again, we apologize. We have the abbreviated pregame show tonight as we are starting about 10 minutes early. So with that in mind, let's take it up to the booth with Abe Dowdell and Paul Smith. Take it away, boys.
All right, well, thank you, Will and Paul. Oh, my God, Paul, it is Football Friday here in Hernando County. And first out for the first game of the season for Gulf Coast Sports Network is going to be the visiting Panthers taking on your Nature Coast Sharks right here in the Shark Tanks. And once again, we'd like to just thank each and every one of you for tuning in to tonight's game. So, Paul, we got a great matchup going on tonight. I believe the last time that Nature Coast actually played the Panthers, Nature Coast won that game 37-21. But both teams are coming into tonight's game 1-1.
Yeah, that's going to be a great matchup here tonight, Abe. Like you said, one of the keys to the game for the Lecanto is to go ahead and tighten up on that defensive coverage, and for Nature Coast to rely on the defensive approach to make a short field for offense. So here we go. We're ready to go toe to leather, Abe?
Yes, sir.
All right.
The weather is trying to hold off right now, but we in the Shark Tank, so, we're trying to hope that, it don't get wet. It rain prior to the game starting.
So a little short kick taken there by Cortez for Lecanto, and that's going to bring first and 10 for Lecanto to go ahead. Probably about their own 28-yard line. So doing the kicking duties tonight for Nature Coast there was number 40, Jackson Deason. So let's see what Lecanto can bring up to the table here, Abe. They're going to be led by quarterback J.T. Tipton, who definitely has the arm to throw.
And I believe he does have the record for his school for passing yards last year because we covered one of the games that they actually played in where we were able to see him at work.
They're in a spread formation, starting it off here. Man in motion. That's Sams. That's a high snap. Gives it to Sams, who comes up the middle.
Carry was number 11.
So, Paul, right off the bat, the Panthers lined up in shotgun with Tipton in the back. He immediately handed off to number 11, Tyrell Franklin, who was able to get probably a yard, 2 hard-fought yards straight up the middle from the handoff.
Bring up second down for Lecanto.
Second down for the Panthers.
There's the motion. Going to be flipped a little forward. He goes up around the right side. That's going to be Ryder Pollock.
Number 4 running that ball.
Picks up about 6 yards, 5 yards.
So, Paul, the Panthers came out in a 4-wide spread. Then they sent a little motion to the right, which was number 4, Pollard. The snap was kind of high for Tipton, but he was able to get him the ball, and he went up the middle, and he picked up the first down for the Panthers.
Yeah, it's back-to-back kind of high snaps there, so we'll have to see how this is going to work out for the rest of the evening. There's the snap. He's looking to the right. He scrambles out to the right. He gets to the first down and takes a slide down. So it'll be a first down Panthers. Didn't have anything open on the right-hand side there, Abe, so he decided to take it himself.
Looked like Tipton was looking downfield, but the Sharks had that well covered to where he had to take it around the right side, and he picked up about 3 to 4 yards on that carry, which is going to bring up second down and about 6 yards to go.
Got Rushing in the backfield there. He's going to hand it off to Rushing.
And out to number 8.
Picks up maybe a yard.
All right, folks, let's hear it for the Sharks.
Looked like another quick handoff by the Panthers. They're trying to establish this run early inside the game, but the Sharks are letting them know that their front four are not trying to have it tonight.
Third down for the Panthers now.
So we've got 3rd and 7 for Panthers. There's a snap. Tipton looking to the right, rolling to the left. Excuse me. Gets thrown down. Looks like he might be about a yard short, maybe. Maybe at the stick.
Looked like Tipton had like a slow run to the left as he was looking downfield, and then next thing you know, he tried to take it a little bit, and then he was grabbed and slung for the first down.
First down for the Panthers.
Yeah, it was fortunate there for Lecanto there. Getting thrown up to the line to gain there. So it'll be 1st and 10 for Lecanto. Just about 8:50 left to go here in the first quarter. This is something that Lecanto's going to need to do. They're going to have to keep possession of the ball and just kind of grind it out. There's the handoff to Rushing. He's going to go around the left side. Picks up about 8.
He was taken down by number 12, Dakota Mitchell.
And once again, it seemed like Tipton handed the ball off again to Rushing, and Rushing went around that left side and was able to follow his blocks and did a nice hard run, picking up about 7-8 yards on that carry, which will bring up second down. Yard and a half to go for the Panthers as they're moving nice and slow down the field.
There's a snap to Tipton. He's looking to the left. He's going to go ahead and air it out. That's Lamb. Nice catch there.
Paul, we might have to check that play out on our Jimmy John's Freaky Fast replay. It was a nice pass by Tipton. It was a nice snap. He dropped back 2 steps, put the ball in the air, and let his receiver make a play for him. And they picked up the first down, and they are in the red zone, which tonight I'd like to introduce to you that we have our In the Neighborhood with Applebee Red Zones.
Feeling good in the neighborhood, Abe. So we got first and goal for the Panthers. Let's see what Tipton's going to dial up here. Oh, there's a flag.
We have a flag in the play.
We got a false start against Lecanto. That's going to push him back 5. So one of the keys I was going to talk about, Abe, with Lecanto, I mean, they've shown offensive promise, but, they need to have a little bit more defensive consistency to come out on top, but the offense is not an issue with them.
Right now, I love to say games are won and lost in the trenches. And right now, Lecanto is pretty much owning the front line right now, giving Tipton time to put that ball in the air. Only thing I see right now is that high snap.
And Pollard going around the right side. He picks up about 8 yards on that play.
And it looked like saving tackles for the Sharks is number 0, Cassius Williams.
He was taken down by number 1, Avion Jackson, and number 12, Dakota Mitchell.
That'll bring up second and goal, or about at the 8-yard line, 7-yard line.
Second and goal for the Panthers.
You got Terrence Hollis now in the backfield along with rushing. Traditional set. There's the snap. It's going to go to Hollis. Gets immediately met in the backfield by number 21, T.D. Davis. Tyler Davis.
Tyler Davis made a nice tackle on that play, especially wrapping him up right there. And that name sounds familiar. I believe he transferred over from Springstead High School coming off their offensive line last year.
So third and goal for Lecanto. Here's the fake to Hollis. Tipton looking. He's got a bunch of field to open on the left-hand side, and he'll just walk it in for a Lecanto touchdown. Nobody.
Paul, we might need to check out our Jimmy John freaking fast replay on that one, because it looked like Tipton was going to pass, but then he realized on the left side of the field was wide open, and he took it all the way in for the first score of the night for the Panthers as they marched directly down the field, minimizing penalties. They had, I believe, one false start penalty.
That's it.
Other than that, they had a nice drive. They had a nice catch, nice runs. They're trying to establish their identity for tonight's game.
Definitely a balanced attack on that there. So Lecanto lining up for the extra point. Number 89, Alexander Paul, is going to be doing the extra point duties tonight. There's the snap, a little low. Kick is up. Oh, puts it right into the back of the offensive line. So the PAT no good. The Sharks will be up 6-0 here with 5:29 left to go. We'll take a commercial break. We'll be right back.
All right, Genty, time to learn the option play.
Come on, Coach. I know how to run the option.
Applebee's new Ultimate Trio. Mix and match 3 apps with 3 sauces, like shrimp, boneless wings, onion rings with sweet chili, blue cheese, and marinara. Or wonton tacos, waffle fries, and riblets with honey mustard, ranch, and honey barbecue. Or brew pub pretzels, mozzarella sticks, and waffles.
How many combinations are there?
There's over 80,000.
Applebee's new Ultimate Trio. Choose 3 apps and 3 sauces for $14.99. That's eating good in the neighborhood.
All right, Paul, we're back. And I thank each and every one of you for tuning in to Gulf Coast Sports Network tonight. Make sure you hit that subscribe and like button for us. It's a lot of new things we got in store for you guys today. We got the Jimmy John's Freaky Fast replay. We got the In the Neighborhood with Applebee Red Zone. We got the scoreboard, the McMurdo Family Vision Regional Scoreboard coming back to you. And we got an exciting game going on tonight. So, Paul, right now the Sharks need to answer with their offense with what the Panthers just did their first series out.
So Paul's on the kickoff here. That's going to go ahead and drop to R.J. Jones. He's got a little seam up the middle. He's got some ground. He's going to break it to the right side. He's got some blocking out front. He's going to get pushed out of bounds by the kicker, but not until he's in Lecanto territory. Pushed out of bounds at the 40, Abe.
John, Paul, I don't know if we can keep up with that Jimmy John freaky fast play by Rodney. He's seen a seam. He had some guys blocking, getting in front of the other team, and ran around that right side line till he was pushed out at the 40-yard line, and he gave the Sharks some great field position to start this series off.
So we're going to go ahead and take our obligatory water break here. So we're going to go ahead and take a break ourselves. 6-0 Lecanto.
All right, Genty, time to learn the option play.
Come on, Coach. I know how to run the option.
Applebee's new ultimate trio. Mix and match 3 apps with 3 sauces, like shrimp, boneless wings, onion rings with sweet chili, blue cheese, and marinara. Or wonton tacos, waffle fries, and riblets with honey mustard, ranch, and honey barbecue. Or brew pub pretzels, mozzarella sticks, and waffles.
Coach, how many combinations are there?
There's over 80,000.
Applebee's new Ultimate Trio. Choose 3 apps and 3 sauces for $14.99. That's eating good in the neighborhood.
All right, so we're back here. Intrico's going to be starting their offensive drive in Lecanto territory at Lecanto's 40.
You know, this is Coach Hawley's first season with the Sharks. He finally got a victory last week. And one of his things that he talked about is he wanted his team to be tough and well coached and very disciplined. That is his goal for his team this year.
So there's a snap. Cassius Swimm's going to take it around the right side on the fake handoff. Breaks a couple tackles and picks up some big yardage there, down to about the 18-yard line. So Cassius Williams starting it all over again. He is Mr. Everything for Nature.
Paul, let's look at this Jimmy John's freaky fast replay. And it looked like
Great run by the quarterback.
he got the ball, went around the right side. He had nothing but daylight, and then he was finally taken down, giving the Sharks a first down. First play for the Sharks was very nice.
Yeah, let's see big yardage there again. Cassius Williams. They swapped him into quarterback. They were starting Leo Baltic, but they brought in Cassius Williams, and I don't think they're looking back now. So in the backfield with him is R.J. Jones. In motion is Lanning, and there's a flag on the play there. It's going to be a false start on the Nature Coast line. Let him back him up on 5. So it'll be 1st and 15. So Lanning again in motion. Here's the handoff. It's going to be to Jones. He's going to go up the middle there. Taken down by a host of Lecanto Panthers. Primarily Daniel Brown on that.
Paul, you know, Williams seemed kind of poised in the back. He gave that quick handoff to Jones, which Jones is immediately finding that hole and going straight up the field. He's not trying to dance. He's trying to go straight up the field and get as many yards as he can.
So that'll bring about 2nd and 7 for Nature Ghost.
And you know we're in the neighborhood with the Applebee red zones with that last carry.
Eating good. Williams going to take it right himself, right up the middle. Brings it all the way down to the 2-yard line. The C's parted, Abe, and he just took advantage of that.
Well, let's check out that Jimmy John's freaky fast replay next time we have a great play like that. But I must tell you, Williams went straight up the middle. I don't know if this is going to be a quarterback duel because Tipton came out making plays with his legs for the Panthers, and now Williams like, wait a minute, I could do the same thing. And now he's showing how he's getting the Sharks offense moving down the field. That's a big difference from the running game we normally see of the Sharks.
Absolutely.
You know, we created a couple names for them in the past.
Yes. There's a snap. Jones going to go up the middle, and looks like he's in for the touchdown for the Sharks.
So, you know, like I said, games are won and lost in the trenches. And right now, check out this Jimmy John freaky fast replay. Nice run straight up the middle. He didn't even have to do much work because the front line of the Sharks pushed the Panthers completely out the way.
So Deason's on for the extra point for the Sharks. After a nice run there by RJ. And the kick is up, and it's good.
Nice kick. So I'm not sure who's on that offensive line for the Sharks, but they are getting that push that they need to establish that run game going straight up the middle for the Sharks.
Yeah, one of the things that, I was going to mention, about, creating a short field. And, when you have run backs like you had there, bringing it all the way down to Lecanto's 40, you've created yourself that short field. So offensively, one of the things that I talked to Coach Garafano about for assistant for Nature Coast was that they had to limit the turnovers because in the 2 games that they had played, including their scrimmage game, they've on the first or second series they fumbled. Clean this time, 7 points for the Sharks.
Well, Paul must say it was a great series by both teams. We didn't have a lot of penalties. We had a penalty for the Panthers as they were going down, and then we also had a penalty for the Sharks as they were making their way down the
Both
field.
false starts on each team.
But this game tonight is going to be one to turnovers will be the key. Who will be minimized in turnovers for tonight?
So Deason on the kickoff. It's going to be short again. It's going to get over to Yup Man. That's number 20, EJ Cortez again. He's going to bring it up to about the 37-yard line. So with 2:28 left to go here in the first, Lecanto's going to get another crack.
This is going to be a pound for pound kind of bout. Tipton showed a little bit of his arm, and the Sharks showed they're trying to establish their run game with the running back and their quarterback.
Yeah, this could be a shootout. Hey, ground control to Major Tom. They got things going on here now. Both teams had a nice little run, had a nice little pass in here and there for Lecanto side. 2 good possessions on both sides. So there's a snap, a little high. Tipton looking to the left. Now he's going to roll to his left. He's got plenty of room. Picks up about 12, 13 on that. We do got a flag on the play, usually in the area of holding. And it will be holding.
Looked like Tipton took the ball from shotgun formation. He looked like he was looking downfield. The Sharks had everyone well covered downfield to where he just had to take the ball and run to the left side. He was able to pick up the first down, but unfortunately there was some laundry on the field for holding, which actually brought them back.
You mentioned it earlier that, he seems calm back there. And on that play there too. No issues. He just rolls out to the left, scoops up field, picks up about 12, 13, but like you said, the penalty flag brings them back. So we're going to go ahead and make it 1st and 20. Here's a snap. He's just going to take it straight roll to his right. Ooh, gets hit big time there by number 56. That's Joseph Lazar on that hit.
So on this Jimmy John freaking fast replay, Tipton rolls to his right. He was able to get by one Shark, but then he was met by a couple other Sharks on the go.
Yeah, that was Lazar and Avion Jackson on that tackle there. So he picked up about 2 or 3 on that.
Minute 44 seconds remaining in the first quarter.
More the motion man sets up next to him. Tipton looking. A little bit of pressure there. He's just going to throw it out of bounds. Pass intended to Pollard.
So it seemed like the Sharks' defensive secondary is doing a great job by covering up Tipton's receivers to where Tipton did a smart play by just throwing the ball away instead of trying to run or trying to make something or force something to happen.
So that'll bring up 3rd and long.
3rd down for the Panthers.
got trips to the right. There's a snap. Looks like he's going to fake the little screen there. He's going to go to back door on a attempt to Pollard. Little back shoulder play there. That's going to be incomplete. That'll bring up fourth down for the Panthers.
Tipton tried to get it to Pollard. Pollard tried to stretch and reach, but the ball was too far out of bounds for him to get, which is going to be the first punt of the night for the Panthers. Sharks defense was able to hold.
So doing the punting duties for Lecanto will be Pollard. Back deep for the Sharks looks like Avion Jackson.
While they get set, it's great that the weather is holding off. We got a nice little breeze out. This is what we call Friday night football weather. The punt's away.
Jackson takes it at about the 38. Makes a couple moves. Going to be brought down at about the 43. So Nature Coast will go ahead and take over at the 43. Going to see if they can capitalize on the misstep on Lecanto.
And it's great field position for the Sharks starting out once again.
So we'll go ahead and take a break.
One of the reasons we've been so successful at Divinity Med Spa is because we understand what people are looking for. They want to look good for their age. We can accomplish this by treatments such as Botox, filler, lasers, and an array of facials. Hernando County's only locally owned and operated med spa. Come see us.
So we're back and had a little hold there on the Nature Coast. So that's going to move them back 10. So they're going to be starting at their own 33. Williams under center. Hands off to Jones. Jones is going to go back up into the middle. Brought down by number 4, Ryder Pollard, and number 32, Daniel Brown for Lecanto.
It was a quick handoff by Williams, and as Jones is just pounding his way and just picked up 5 to 6 yards on that carry. That line is really moving the Panthers back, giving the Sharks the opportunity to just run and make yards.
So that'll bring up second down. Second down at about 4. Williams in the shotgun. Pistol formation there with Jones next to him. There's the handoff. No, it's got RPO. And nice play. Beautifully read there by Lecanto. That's the big number 30 there.
He was not having it. He was back there immediately to make that play. That was the first time the Sharks was taken back.
Yeah, that RPO was well read there by Mr. Hicks. So here we go at the end of the first quarter here. Nature Coast up 7-6 over Lecanto. We'll be right back.
Hey there! Have you heard about Ron Schuster Pest Control? They've been serving the Nature Coast since 1983 and are experts in keeping your home and lawn pest-free. Give them a call at 352-683-4003 to schedule your appointment. Remember, when it comes to lawn treatments, the grass is always greener at Ron Schuster Pest Control.
We're back here. Going ahead, Gulf Coast Sports Network here. Like, comment, and subscribe. Start of the second here. Nature Coast up 7-6 over Lecanto. There's the snap. Going to go to Jones again. He's going to find his way up the middle, break it to the left side. He's got some daylight. He's going to run out of bounds after a big pickup there by Rodney Jones. Take a look at the freaky fast Jimmy John replay.
Williams hands it off. He finds a seam to the left side. He breaks around the right side. It was a perfect play for our freaking fast Jimmy John.
Yeah, he's run out of bounds there by Pollard. So,
you know, before we used to talk about the Sharks with the bulldozer and stuff like that. I think they've changed to a scat pack.
Yeah, they switched over there from that bulldozer to the scat pack. So they got some stuff running on this one. So like a V8 Hemi.
And looking at
Williams, it's tried to pull it back, and it looks like he just
looked like it was fumbling. It looked like the Panthers may have it. And you did talk about turnovers in regards to Nature Coast saying after every so many series they have a fumble or something.
Yeah. And that was picked up there by Josh Patrick for Lecanto. So it looked like it was an RPO or something, but that ball just popped right out of Williams' hands and recovered there by Lecanto. So
that's the first turnover of the game.
So Lecanto kind of holds on against Nature Coast. So
now will the Panthers be able to capitalize on that turnover?
So Lecanto's going to go ahead and start at their own 35. Tipton with Hollis in the backfield behind him. Man in motion is Moore. He's going to line up right next to Tipton. Tipton's going to flare it out to Moore. Makes a couple moves there. He's going to go around the left side. He's got a little bit of an opening. He's brought down at about the 46-yard line. I don't know if they might have got.
Let's check out the Jimmy John's freaky fast replay.
Number 14 on the run for the pass.
Tipton drop back, throws the screen. Number one, he makes a man miss. Nice stiff arm. He was pulled down by a jersey. Other than that, he would have had a little bit of daylight. It looked like he had a little speed.
There's that fake handoff. Tipton. Looks like he ran into his back.
Not sure if it was miscommunication in the backfield, but that was number 22, Terrence Hollis, that he was trying to either give the ball to or take away. Maybe he's seen some Hollis might not have seen it. He tried to do what he could, and he was able to get some positive yards off that play.
Turned a positive out of a negative there. So 2nd and 6 for Lecanto. Trips to the right. Here's the snap. Tipton looking to the right. He's got his man. Nice catch there. Looks like by number 8. Correction.
It's like number 5.
Josh Patrick. Excuse me.
Nice pass and catch. Tipton dropped back. He threw a nice laser bullet on his freak John replay. It was a nice bullet all the way to the 40-yard line.
That'll pick up a first down for Lecanto here. So they're on the move. Trips right again. Tipton, another high snap. He corrals it down. He's going to break it back up the middle and slide down at about the 36-yard line.
Now, it seems like the snap is still continuous to be high, but Tipton is able to grab it and making something out of nothing. Because those plays, the ball can go over his head. He's doing what he can to get the ball and to make something positive out of that play and keeping the chains moving for the Panthers.
Yeah, that's the composure we've been talking about that Tipton's showing here. No panic. Gets the ball, breaks it down. There's the snap. Tipton again scrambling, looking, fires it downfield. Did he make it? Did he make the catch? That's more. They're going to call incomplete? No, they're going to call a reception on that.
Paul, that was a nice play. It was a nice snap. Tipton got the ball. He rolled, he ducked up under the defender, looked downfield to the last second, threw a nice dart. It was caught. He was able to get out of bounds. It brings a first down, and that puts us in the neighborhood with Applebee's red zone.
So we're just inside the 10, first and goal. There's the handoff. It's going to go to Hollis, who's immediately met in the backfield. That's number 32. Actually, correction. We'll get you on that tackle there. Actually, Dominic Gonzalez on that tackle there. So they lose a couple yards on that, 2nd and 14.
Panthers knocking on the door. Tipton has been successful using his legs. He got Braylon Moore spread out wide to the left. Looking for the signal.
There's the snap. Looking to the right. Oh, he's getting pulled on his jersey there. And there's the flag. That pass is intended to K3, Tyler Kelly Lamb.
It looked like he would have been open back there, but the corner did what he needed to do to extend another play.
Yeah, that looked like that was Dominic Piccicarello out there. Getting a little bit too handsy on that. So that'll bring 1st and goal back again. Actually, he's going to bring 2nd down again. They just called it a hold. There's a handoff to Hollis. He's looking up the middle. Looks like he's down to about the 2.
Well, it was a quick handoff by Tipton. Hollis went up the middle, and I mean, he really got low trying to pick up some yards down there.
Yeah, Lecanto's not wasting any time. They're coming right up the line again here.
Which you bring up 3rd down, 3rd and goal. This is where Tipton loves to follow his offensive line.
It's on the 3. It goes to the upback rushing, who's fighting up the middle. Looks like he might be down right at the goal line there.
Look like some hard running, but the Sharks defense is trying to be disciplined down there. Forcing the fourth down.
Post the tackles there. Led by Lizor. So it'll be fourth down.
4th down and goal.
I'm going to give it them at the 2. And they did draw him offside.
Did you see the roll by the Panthers offensive line? They were able to say, you know, they stayed disciplined there. This is the Jimmy John's freaky fast replay. Check it out. Hard count. Sharks managed to jump off sides, and the Panthers rolled back for the 1st down. Actually, it's still 4th down. They moved it up.
Yeah. They only got about a half a yard off of that, so it's not a big sweat on Nature Coast's part, but here we go. 4th down. There's the handout to Hollis. A host in the backfield. He stretches over
and
for the touchdown.
That one touchdown. Now, it looked like the Sharks was able to stop him, but then he kept driving those legs and was able to get over. Check out this Jimmy John's freaky fast replay. Tipton handed off. He's met in the backfield, but he kept pushing and kept going and managed to get inside the end zone. It looks like they're going to go for 2.
You had Jackson back there. You had Parker back there. You had Lizor back there. And he was able to elude each and every one of them and put it across.
They're going to go ahead and go with the field goal.
Yep. Mr. Paul's coming out there to go ahead and try this extra point attempt. Last time he put it right into the backside of his line, so there's a snap. Kick is up, and it's good.
Nice high kick.
So that will bring up the score. Lecanto 13, Nature Coast 7 with 6:29 left to go here in the half. We'll go ahead and take a break ourselves.
When you play football, you develop this mentality that, you can withstand anything. You're Mr. Tough Guy. So years I had been battling. I was just excited to finally meet someone who knew what I was going through, who saw my pain, to think that in a matter of one treatment, and it got better and better as I began to get treatments throughout the month. Why would you deal with this pain for another day?
So we're back here. Lecanto up 13-7 here with 6:29 left to go in the half. So, Abe, good ball game here. Nice little back and forth here. Trying to go play a little chess out here. So
It is, it feels good outside. The crowd is into the game. They got some Baby Shark cheerleaders here. They're wearing the fluorescent colors. I'm quite sure our film crew will get us a shot of that. Those guys do a great job for us, making sure you see each and every play of this game.
So here's the kickoff from Paul. Looks like we're going to have a little bit of an offside, maybe. No, they called a timeout. Called a timeout prior to the kickoff. So let's go ahead and take a look at the McMurdo Family Vision regional scoreboard for tonight. All right, so that was a look at the McMurdo Family Vision Regional Scoreboard. Sponsor again this year. We'd like to thank them.
And Paul, you would not think that both of these teams coming into tonight 1-1. I mean, each team's still trying to find the identity for the season right now. The Sharks right now just really incorporated Williams as their quarterback last week. Now they're trying to get their run game. Their run game, they have a lot of sophomores that are doing great things for them. So, the future seems promising for these Sharks, especially the way they're playing right now.
So you got McKenzie and Jones back deep. Kick's going to go to Jones. Fields it at about the 12. He's going to bring it up the left side. Get knocked out of bounds at about the 33.
Jones always seems to have a quick little burst of speed right before he gets tackled. He's one of those little scat packs that we were talking about, and with the ball getting in his hands, it's dangerous because at any time he can break it around the outside.
One of the things we haven't seen too much Nature Coast doing is throwing the ball tonight.
I don't believe they had any pass attempts just yet.
I mean, they're keeping it on the ground, but again, though, I mean, if it's working, no need to fix it.
I think what hurt the Sharks going into this quarter is that fumble, that turnover.
Yeah, we got Rodney Jones has got four carries for 35 yards and a touchdown. And, Cassius Williams is 2 carries for about 14 yards. So, I mean, they're making their presence known. And they have an opportunity here to go ahead and counter back like they did in the first quarter. Do a little bit longer field, but it'll be 1st and 10 at the 35 for Nature Coast. 6:22 left to go here in the half. Try the RPO again, and Williams taken down immediately in the backfield. That was big number 11, Tyler Franklin.
Paul, that play was blown up from the start. I don't know if he went on a blitz or what he went on, but he came in like a missile looking for destruction, and he was able to get Williams down instantly.
Yeah, that was a total disruption of that play. So got a little bit of luck on the RPO on a couple of the plays, but the last 3 or 4 has not fared well.
Baby Sharks and the cheerleaders. Let's hear 'em, Brad.
So Lecanto with 3 tackles for a loss tonight so far. Looking to add some more to that. There's the handoff to Jones. He's met in the backfield, and the ball looks like, nope. Correction. That was Nick Elwin.
Paul, I'm not sure if the Panthers have adjusted their defense, but what's happening right now is they're getting off the line much faster than the Sharks are, to where they're able to make contact behind the line of scrimmage. And then if they're not making a tackle, they're grabbing a jersey and they're trying to do something, and the rest of the defense is swarming to the ball.
Yeah, that's going to bring up 3rd and long, 3rd and 15 for Nature Coast. So the first pass tonight, no, Williams going to take it down. Held up there by, once again, Tyler Franklin for Lecanto. He gets back maybe just a yard, back to the line of scrimmage perhaps. Now they give him a yard, so big stop there by Lecanto, Abe.
Lecanto defense did not give up anything on that play. And it seemed like they pushed the Sharks back with their play and their skill set of number 11, Tyrell Franklin. He is just all over the place on this Panther defense right now.
So back punting for Nature Coast will be Dakota Mitchell, back deep to receive for Lecanto. Braylon Moore. Gets off the punt. It's a low line driver. Braylon Moore picks it up. He's going to run out to the left side. Gets over the midfield stripe. He's going to run himself out of bounds there at about the 35-yard line.
Nice run by Moore. And Paul, here's the thing with Moore. I've seen him touch the ball a couple times. Moore has some speed, and you do not want him to get behind you, because if he does, he's gone.
It's one of those kind of sneaky kind of speeds, you know? It's like he's just gliding along, and then he just hits the jets, and he's gone.
So we got 3 minutes and 48 seconds remaining in the second quarter. The Panthers have great field position. Tipton is bringing his offense back after having a nice drive, a nice series with them, a few plays and some nice runs. Let's see how they bring this out right now, getting ready to head into the half.
So Tipton will be out in the pistol with Hollis behind him. Got 3 to the right. There's the snap. He's looking to the right. Again, he's going to take it down. Breaks a couple tackles. Gets past the first down yard marker. But there is a flag on the far side of the play.
So after that hard run, as you check it out on the Jimmy John Freaky Fast replay, it's brought back by some laundry on the field. It sounds like illegal procedure, but it was a nice run, and you can see Tip to keep his eyes down the field, and he's not trying to throw something. He's trying to go ahead and run it instead of throwing it and making an error, because the Sharks are really covering their corners in the back.
So it'll be 1st and 15 on the mishap there by Lecanto. They're going to bring trips to the left this time on the short side of the field, Dave. Here's the snap. He's looking to the left. He's got plenty of time. Now he's getting flushed out. He takes it down. He's looking upfield. Steps out of bounds at about the 30-yard line.
And there's another flag on the play, Paul. Check out this Jimmy John's Freaky Fast replay. He drops back, looks, sees nothing, rolls to the left, goes out of bounds. It looked like that flag is going to be on the defense.
Yeah, it's a personal foul flag, so That's not good for Nature Coast, giving them 15.
And I'm quite sure Coach Holly's going to frown upon that because one thing he said is he wants his team to be disciplined and to be able to walk off the field knowing they were well coached. But I must say tonight, being that this is the third game of the season, they have been minimizing penalties that have been going on. So we got to give it up to both teams, that's been going up and down the field, and give credit to the coaches for putting these guys together and being disciplined.
So we got 3:02 left to go here. We're going to go take a commercial break with Lecanto up 13-7 over Nature Coast. We'll be right back.
One of the reasons we've been so successful at Divinity Med Spa is because we understand what people are looking for. They want to look rested, refreshed, good for their age. We can accomplish this by treatments such as Botox, filler, lasers, and an array of facials, all by a team of trusted experts. This is Divinity, Hernando County's only locally owned and operated med spa. Come see us. We can't wait to meet you.
All right, we're back, and once again, we'd like to thank each and every one of you for tuning in to Gulf Coast Sports Network. Make sure you subscribe and hit a like. Also, don't forget at halftime, we have the senior spotlight. That'll be Nature Coast, number 1, Avion Jackson. So make sure you check that out.
Yeah, everybody stay tuned for the old spectacular halftime show.
And don't forget, we are looking to see what player from whichever team will be our Glory Days player of the game. Paul, what will they receive?
They're going to receive themselves a Gulf Coast Sports Network t-shirt and a nice gift card to Glory Days.
All right.
So here we go. First and 10 at the 15 after the personal foul penalty. Tipped and floated into the end zone. A little bit long. That was intended for Ryan Pollard. Nice coverage there, though, by Avion Jackson. By the way, who's leading the Nature Coast in tackles with 12 on the year.
Avion is shutting everything down back there. So it's like no matter where they go with the pass, Avion is somewhere over there in that area. But we are in the neighborhood with Applebee Red Zone.
So that'll bring up second and 15. Sure, second and 10 at the 15. So Tipton with Hollis back there. Oh, that one gets over his head. Tipton's going to pick it up. He's running backwards. Not probably what he wanted to do.
You know, Paul, we knew something like that. I mean, throughout the first half, he's been having them high snaps, and one finally went over his head. I think we mentioned earlier, it's going to come. But he was able to get back on that ball instead of the Sharks getting on that ball and drawing off that momentum.
Yeah, he was taken down there by Dontrell Parker. Nice play there by Parker. But, yeah, he's going to have to talk to his center because this is that was about the third or fourth time that the snap's been high. And he's been able to corral it in, but not that time. So that'll bring up a third and a country mile, Abe. Not the position Lecanto wanted to be in. So they got trips right. He's looking to the right. He's got a guy coming back. He's still got plenty of time. He's going deep. He's got Pollard out there. Broken up there by a host of Sharks. It's like number 9, Jarvin Harvin.
Go check out the Jimmy John's free pass replay. Tipton was able to show his arm. Had three defensive players back there defending him. They were able to make sure that receiver did not get the ball.
Well, that big missnap there just cost them big time there now, so it's going to put them in a punting position.
So now we've had 2 turnovers. The Sharks had a turnover, and the Panther was a turnover, but it was a bad play that put them in a bad position to where.
Big negative loss on that play. So Pollard will be back to punt for Lecanto. Back deep for Nature Coast is Avion Jackson. There's the snap. Pollard gets it away. Jackson calls for the fair catch at about the 10.
Nice kick by number 4.
So Nature Coast will have about 90 yards to go with a minute 46 left to go here in the half. We're going to see what they can do here.
And we still haven't seen them throw the ball yet. So is this going to be the opportunity where they may try to throw the ball or they may try to run it depending on how many yards they get?
Yeah, they tried to pass it that one, and then Cassius said, no, I'm going to take it myself. So we're going to see what they can do. Maybe they can break one off here and at least try to get downfield. They do have 2 timeouts left. So let's see what the Sharks can go ahead and pull up here. They smell blood in the water here, Abe. There's the snap. Williams, he slings it out to Lanning, who drops the ball. Looks like he might have took his eye off there and tried to turn upfield before he had it in his hands.
So his first pass attempt, Williams rolled to the right. He got his tight end, Grant Lanning, rolling out in the flats, but he was unable to hold on to that ball. Which bring up second down and 10, minute 42 seconds remaining in the second quarter. You have your Panthers leading 13-7. And once again, we want to make sure each and every one of you check out the senior spotlight, which will be Nature Coast's own number 1, Avion Jackson.
So Williams back deep. There's the snap. He's looking. Fires it over the middle. Got a man wide open. That's Donovan Neal. Somebody forgot to cover Donovan Neal. Pollard's trying to chase him down. Brings him down to the 10-yard line. Big play there by Nature Coast.
Paul, you know we about to go back to that Jimmy John freaky fast replay. Williams dropped back. Under pressure, throws it up. Got a man wide open. He was able to catch it, and he was able to get down. And did you see him shift the ball from the center to the outside? Nice play by the receiver on that.
Yeah,
that was Mr. Donovan Neal.
Donovan Neal, just a drag right over the middle. And somebody gave up on the coverage there. But, give it up to Pollard to chasing them down there. So there's going to be a timeout here on Nature Coast. And
Paul, we were talking about, the passing game of the Sharks that we hadn't seen it, and what perfect time to do it. 2 minutes left in the game. We thinking they're going to try to run the ball down the field, but they shocked everybody and hit him right in the middle. He was by himself.
And they do have the ability to throw the ball. Cassius Williams can throw the ball. He is the Mr. Everything on Nature Coast there. So.
And I believe he's a dual sport player. He plays baseball as well.
Yeah, he does. So so they you know what where we're at, Abe?
Looks like we have just gotten in the neighborhood with Applebee Red Zone.
Yeah, we are in the Applebee's Red Zone right now for Nature Coast. So they're looking to strike with a minute 8 left to go here in the half. Well, they got a timeout left, so they're going to have to see what they want to do with this. I foresee a nice little run coming on here, and then probably maybe hurry up to the line and punch it back in. So, but you know what? I don't know if they're going to try to squeeze as much of that clock out as they can, because Lecanto Tipton can throw the ball. So,
well, you know what? Jones been having a great night, and if I was him, I would get to the huddle and say, "Line, just give me a seam, give me a crease," because he's been running hard all night, and this is where running backs get strong. But it looked like they want to put it in the air.
Williams going to throw it. Oh, behind Lanning there, the tight end. Tried to pop it back into himself, but
that was a little risky. Check out the replay. It looked freaky fast. Jimmy Johns. He dropped back. Looked like a little tight end dump, but it was in the area. He just couldn't get hold to it.
Yeah, that was Spencer Butts there that deflected that ball before it got to Lanning. So big play there by Spencer there.
But looking at the replay and looking at that play, the left side of the line had a nice hole that Rodney Jones would have walked straight through into that end zone.
So that'll bring up second goal, 10.
Because they're spreading the defense out right now.
And they're going to go ahead and call a timeout here.
Panthers realized what's going on because the middle of that field was wide open, and how strong the Sharks' running game was at the beginning.
Yeah, there was a good timeout on that one there. So, Coach noticed that there was the season parted on that.
Coach Scrivens had to pull him to the side and let him know, okay, we got to make something happen. We need a turnover. We need to stop them. We don't mind giving up 3 points, but we don't want to give up a touchdown.
Right.
Because right now you need to be smart, fast, and disciplined. Try not to get pulled off sides to get them extra little 5 yards.
Well, with 1:03 left here and one timeout, Nature Coast does have a little bit of, a couple options here that they can go for. It's 2nd and goal. They want to try a little sniff up the middle on a run. They still have a timeout left, so we're going to see what the Sharks can do here. Jones in the backfield. Cassius is going to take it himself. He's going to go right up the middle. He's down at about the 4, taken down by a host of Panthers. The clock is running.
On the replay, he just takes it and goes straight up the middle, following his center. Looked like his center tried to grab him and drag him. That was number 50, Diso.
It doesn't look like they're too much in a rush here. So he's going to give it to Jones. Jones is going to break it a couple tackles.
Jones looked like he got real close.
And they're going to call a timeout.
If you look at the power and when Jones is hitting that hole like he's coming out of a cannon, imagine had they had done that first couple plays. Because right now he's smelling that end zone right now. And when you have a player like that, you want to give him the ball and let him punch it in.
So they're going to be 4th and goal on about the 2, maybe 3. 21 seconds left. They just burned their last time out, so it's going to be all or nothing on this play here.
Paul, right now, I would spread their defense out. I would put Lanning in motion. Cash get the ball, immediately give it to Jones, and let Jones pound his way inside that end zone.
You know what? They've been running that RPO too, so I wouldn't be surprised they try to pull a little RPO action there and do a little fake to Jones and have Cassius go around the short side. You don't want to go around the long side there because
I'm a trust in my offensive line. They revamped this offensive line. They changed it around, and I would go ahead and let them make a play. Right now, make a statement of why you guys are leading our team with being the offensive line that you are. This is where offensive linemen be like, Coach, just run the ball. Just run the ball. Follow me. Get behind me.
They dream of this. They dream of this. So here they go in a bunch formation. Williams going to take it. He's getting pushed. He's into the end zone. Touchdown, Sharks. Cassius Williams.
I'm not sure who would have had the ball on that. The way that offensive line pushed that forward. Check out the Jimmy John instant replay. Everybody's down low. Who's going to win in the trenches? All you see is blue. A sea of blue coming over the line.
That's it. So that'll tie up the score, 13-13.
And that's the Coach Holly believing in his offensive line. To have trust in them. This is a tight game.
And decent coming on for the extra point.
Great shot, right? A little lower.
Put them up by 1. There's a snap. The kick is up. It's good. So the Sharks will take a 14-13 lead here with 16 seconds left to go in the half.
And that's where you have confidence in your offensive line. You know what? They down here, I'm quite sure they were like, Coach, let's run it, because they don't want to, put the ball in the air or something happen. They wanted to go with what they felt, and the way they came off that field, that line was happy that Coach followed behind and pushed it inside the end zone. And the way that line pushed.
Yeah, that was easy. That was cakewalk there. That was the old bulldozer. They went from the Hemi to the bulldozer on that one.
Right. I got you.
The scat pack, as you call it.
Paul, who would have thought this would have been a 14-13 game leading into the half? We're in the Shark Tank. The weather is nice, nice breeze. The fans, we have the student section in it out here. I wonder what student section we will see this year with GCSN. What school will have the best student section that we can represent and talk about?
You folks watching online who like, comment, and subscribe, you can go ahead and comment. Put your comments in about the students. Who you liking this year?
And don't forget, next Friday, Gulf Coast Sports Network will be at Central High School taking on Wiki Wachi. Or will that game be at Wiki Wachi? Because we was at Central last year, so it's going to be at Wiki Wachi.
It's at Wiki Wachi. It's the Battle of Hexham, Abe. Oh,
Okay.
I got some facts for you. And I'm not talking about the 1464 Battle of Hexham in England.
I got you. So just make sure you guys tune in. The Gulf Coast Sports Network, we have a lot of things in store for you this year, so make sure you subscribe and like, and make sure you have it to where you can get updates of what's going on with Gulf Coast Sports Network. Because guess what? We got something special coming on the 19th of September, but I can't tell you right now. I might tell you later.
It's a secret. You're just going to have to wait and watch.
But don't forget, coming up, we got the senior spotlight, Avion Jackson, #1 for Nature Coast Sharks. Make sure you check it out.
So Lecanto, they're just going to go ahead and line it up here and kill the rest of the clock with 16 seconds left. So they're going to go into halftime with a 14-13, or correction, down 14-13. Ichico's going to be taking the lead. So at this point in time, we're going to go ahead and throw it up to Will. Will, take us through the halftime show.
Thank you very much, Abe Dowdell and Paul Smith on the call for the first half. What a ball game we've got going on, 14-13. Nature Coast over Lecanto after one half of play. Welcome everyone to GCSN at the half. Got a lot of great content coming up for you. After the break, we're going to go ahead and get things started tonight with the Senior Spotlight featuring Nature Coast Senior Safety Avion Jackson. That's coming up next. Then after that, we're going to head things over to our first half Game Changer feature for offense and defense, which is sponsored by Game Changer Apparel. Then we'll get caught up on all the regional high school action with the McMurdo Family Regional Scoreboard before finally taking it back to Abe Dowdell and Paul Smith. It's halftime. We'll be right back.
All right, Genty, time to learn the option play.
Come on, Coach. I know how to run the option.
Applebee's new Ultimate Trio. Mix and match 3 apps with 3 sauces, like shrimp, boneless wings, onion rings with sweet chili, blue cheese, and marinara. Or wonton tacos, waffle fries, and riblets with honey mustard, ranch, and honey barbecue. Or brew pub pretzels, mozzarella sticks, and waffles.
Coach, how many combinations are there?
There's over 80,000.
Applebee's new Ultimate Trio. Choose 3 apps and 3 sauces for $14.99. That's eating good in the neighborhood.
Hey there! Have you heard about Ron Schuster Pest Control? They've been serving the Nature Coast since 1983 and are experts in keeping your home and lawn pest-free. Give them a call at 352-683-4003 to schedule your appointment. Remember, when it comes to lawn treatments, the grass is always greener at Ron Schuster Pest Control.
One of the reasons we've been so successful at Divinity Med Spa is because we understand what people are looking for. They want to look rested, refreshed, good for their age. We can accomplish this by treatments such as Botox, filler, lasers, and an array of facials, all by a team of trusted experts. This is Divinity, Hernando County's only locally owned and operated med spa. Come see us. We can't wait to meet you.
Avion, now that you are a senior, What can you tell me about your freshman year to now, a little bit about your journey?
So I started off, I wasn't even starting at all, but we did our black and blue scrimmage, and I did really good in that scrimmage. So they decided to put me at safety with the starters, and when I got there, it was good. I was hitting people, getting picks, and then they wanted to try me on offense, so I played a little receiver. Coach wanted to approve of this, but I played some receiver. I scored a few touchdowns, but sophomore year came, and I became just strictly defense, started on varsity, and then it's been like that ever since.
Now, Coach Hawley is your third head coach in your high school career.
Yes,
what are you looking forward to most in coach, working with Coach here on this season?
I'm just looking for a structure and discipline for us because we always had the talent. We have a huge returning class. It's just we weren't able to control it, and everyone was just arguing with each other and all this stuff. So being able to work together is going to help us win a lot, and that's what I look forward to.
Coach Hawley, you're coming into your first season at Nature Coast, and you have a lot of senior leadership coming on. What are you looking forward to most with Avion as we start this season?
Yeah, Avion, actually fun story about him. So when I was interviewing for the job, I actually told administration that I'd like to sit and talk with some players. And they were a little taken aback by that. I don't think they were expecting that. And so they got a group together on my interview, and I came in, and Avion was the only one that talked the entire time. He had every single question. He looked directly at me, and he was very passionate about what Nature Coast was and what it can be. And it was fun to sit there and listen to him, and I knew in that moment that that's the kid. I immediately knew that was going to be one of our captains, and we were going to rely on him for a lot of things. So since that moment, and I first met him, and I've been really excited to work with him.
Avion, what are some of your personal goals and team goals for this season?
Personally, I want the turnover chain this year. I'm trying to lead. But I also want to keep my tackles up because I was second most tackles on the team, which normally isn't good for a safety. But I was coming through downhill, ready for everyone, hitting people. So I'd like to be one of the top tacklers and lead the whole county in picks.
How do you get the turnover chain?
You got to have the most picks in the whole county.
So does it rotate from game to game?
It's just whole season all together.
At the end of the season, whoever has the most turnovers gets the chain.
The GCA county meet.
Awesome. Coach Hawley, obviously you need leadership, and you need leadership on the field. How does Avion fit into the leadership program there at the Sharks?
Yeah, Avion is our vocal leader. He's our guy that will break down huddles. He'll get everybody moving. He's the second loudest one on the field to me. Very much our vocal leader, but he also does it by example too. He's also one of the strongest guys in the weight room. He's constantly moving. He's always doing things exactly how we need it to be done, and making sure that our guys are sticking with what we're trying to teach. And he's very much a coach on the field for us, and we very much appreciate that.
Avion, what was your favorite game or most memorable moment of your career so far?
Favorite game had to have been Mulberry first round playoffs last year. We came in, I think they were the third seed, so we were the underdogs. But me and our coach, we sat after practices for hours just watching film over and over, trying to find tendencies and everything. And we ended up finding a tendency in the running back that whenever he's lined up in front of the QB a little bit, he's running it downhill every time. So whenever we found out he was in sidecar completely behind him or anything like that, we figured out it was going to be a pass. So we're getting in game, and we called out almost all of their plays. And we held them to negative yards in a whole playoff game.
Wow. Video studies, I love it. I love it. All right. Avion, what are your team goals for this season?
Team goals, I want to go undefeated. I want to face Booker again deep in the playoffs because, yeah, we lost by a lot, but that's what we want. We want that competition. We want to get recognized that, yeah, we're in a little town, but we got dogs out here.
What do you want to do or accomplish after you graduate?
I want to play college ball. You know, I'm a pretty smart guy. You know, I'm not the biggest, but I have all that heart in me. So I'm always going to get after it, and I have the brain with me too. So I want to go high academic college school.
Do you think you would play safety, or do you think there's another position that would fit you best in college?
I play safety. I play corner. I play whatever coach wants me to play.
Coach Hawley, we always want to win as coaches on the field. Off the field matters, and I know it does to you, and I'd love to hear how Avion can win for you guys off the field and what you look for him off the field as well.
Yeah, one of the things that we wanted to instill in our guys was just the discipline and accountability that we believe is important for them throughout their life. And we want to teach them how to be men, good husbands, good fathers, things like that. And Avion's such a fantastic kid. He does all the right things and more, everything that you ask. And he's a phenomenal kid that I really am happy that I get to be a part of his career here at Nature Coast.
Avion, you've been playing for a long time. There's been a lot of people along the way. Who would you like to thank most?
Most has to be my mom. She grew up raising me. Well, sometimes she was single, sometimes she wasn't. So it was always hard on her, and she had me at a really young age. So basically, I grew up with her. She was my best friend. She always took me to my practices, took me to my games. Even this summer, going on my camp, she was 6 to 8 weeks pregnant throughout the whole summer, and she still traveled with me on planes and everything. So it had to be my mom.
Yeah. All right, Avion, we're going to do some rapid-fire questions.
Sure.
Who's your favorite player from any sport and why?
Favorite player is Jalen Ramsey. I'm a Jaguars fan, so when we picked him up, I was hype. He just shows that you have heart, you can show it out loud, you can control it, and you just shut down one whole side of the field, and you can tackle as a corner too. So I'd say Jalen Ramsey.
What's your favorite rivalry?
Favorite rivalry would be ourselves. Being able to attack offensively and defensively, just work together, is hard, but when it happens, it leads to great things.
Oh, interesting. Rivalry is yourself. That's great. Avion, what is your favorite Nature Coast tradition?
Favorite tradition would be after the coin toss with all the captains, we're just running back to the team, everyone's coming together, getting hype, and we all just go, we get into our Lord's Prayer together, and it's just, we're able to keep that energy together and then focus on the other team after that, and it just feels surreal.
What is your favorite pregame ritual?
Pre-game ritual is, like Coach talked about, I'm normally the loudest one out there, but when it comes time to prepare for game, I'm the quietest one, headphones in, just ready to just take all my energy towards them, focus it all in, so yeah.
Who is your funniest teammate?
Funniest teammate has to be Brayden Hogan. We were together since 6th grade. That was my best friend for a really long time. He still is one of my best friends. And he brings the energy with me, and sometimes he has more energy than me, and he's just always wanting to make everyone laugh.
What do you look forward to most after graduation?
After graduation, I look forward to going to a high prestigious college, playing college ball, of course, and being able to just show everyone that I don't have the size, but I can do it.
Avion Jackson, 2025 Senior Spotlight.
Thank you.
When you play football, you develop this mentality that, you can withstand anything. You're Mr. Tough Guy. So years I had been battling. I was just excited to finally meet someone who knew what I was going through, who saw my pain, to think that in a matter of one treatment, and it got better and better as I began to get treatments throughout the month. Why would you deal with this pain for another day?
I went through the VFW, I went through the American Legion, and I felt they couldn't help me. And, I got in touch with Chris, and he got right to work on it, and I'd say within a year, I had 100% disability.
Welcome back to the Gulf Coast Sports Network. Now we're going to check out the regional scores with the McMurdo Family Vision Regional Scoreboard. Welcome back to the action. We hope you enjoyed tonight's Senior Spotlight interview featuring Avion Jackson of Nature Coast. As a reminder, the full interview will be uploaded separately on our YouTube channel following tonight's game in the special events section. Right now, we want to check in with our first half Game Changers, sponsored by Game Changer Sports, a family-owned and operated sports apparel business based right here in Hernando County. Check them out on Facebook and Instagram and see what they have. Getting things started with the offense of first half Game Changer. That's going to be Cassius Williams from Nature Coast, 2 for 4 for 97 yards in the air, 6 rushes and 20 yards with a touchdown to give Nature Coast the 1-point lead here at halftime. Congratulations, Cassius. You're our first half offensive Game Changer. Now let's check. Now checking in with the defensive side of the ball. No doubt about it here for the Lecanto Panthers. Tyrell Franklin all over the field tonight. 3 tackles, including 3 tackles for loss. Getting the job done for the Lecanto Panthers. We apologize we didn't have pictures provided from the Lecanto players, but congratulations to Tyrell Franklin, our first half defensive game changer. We apologize, our main camera is currently down. But we're going to go ahead and check back in with the McMurdo Family Vision Regional scoreboard. We got about 4 minutes left of halftime, and then we'll bring it back for the second half call with Abe Dowdell and Paul Smith. Stay with us. So we've got Nature Coast coming back out from the locker room as they take the field. Lecanto is finished with their break as well, so they're starting to do their warm-ups. We're going to pause for a quick break, and then we're going to send it back up to the booth with Abe Dowdell and Paul Smith. We'll be right back. You're watching the Gulf Coast Sports Network.
All right, Genty, time to learn the option play.
Come on, Coach. I know how to run the option.
Applebee's new Ultimate Trio. Mix and match 3 apps with 3 sauces, like shrimp, boneless wings, onion rings with sweet chili, blue cheese, and marinara. Or wonton tacos, waffle fries, and riblets with honey mustard, ranch, and honey barbecue. Or brew pub pretzels, mozzarella sticks, and waffles.
Coach, how many combinations are there?
There's over 80,000.
Applebee's new Ultimate Trio. Choose 3 apps and 3 sauces for $14.99. That's eating good in the neighborhood.
When you play football, you develop this mentality that, you can withstand anything. You're Mr. Tough Guy. So years I had been battling. I was just excited to finally meet someone who knew what I was going through, who saw my pain, to think that in a matter of one treatment, and it got better and better as I began to get treatments throughout the month. Why would you deal with this pain for another day?
All right, welcome back to GCSN at the half. That's going to do it for our halftime show. We hope you enjoyed all of our content here tonight. We're going to be posting our first half game changers on our Twitter and Facebook pages in just a few minutes. Be sure to stick with us at the conclusion of tonight's ball game, where Abe Dowdell and Paul Smith will be announcing our Glory Days player of the game. And also, you can check out Avian Jackson's Senior Spotlight under the special events section of our YouTube channel. That's going to be posted after tonight's ball game. We hope you're enjoying the ball game. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Third quarter coming up next, 14-13. Nature Coast over Lecanto. Let's take it up to the booth with Abe Dowdell and Paul Smith.
Well, Paul, you know what? I'm really impressed with the first half of this ball game, especially being the third game of the season. Both teams came out. They're trying to, identify either the run or pass. Both teams have had nice passes and runs. Yes, we had a few penalties, and we had a few mishaps. We had a fumble on the play, and we also had the center snap the ball over the quarterback's head. But we've seen, this is the Williams and Tipton show right now with the quarterbacks, trying to push it over the line for their team. Now, if we look at the trenches, Nature Coast right now, that last push and surge that they gave for their team, they're trying to show us they do have some big boys in the trenches, and when need be, you can count on them.
Yeah, that's absolutely correct, Dave. I mean, like I said earlier, it was a chess match. They're going move for move, and short of that fumbled snap, or that high snap, I should say, for Lecanto. I mean, they've looked really well. Nature Coast, they've been running the ball on the off chance that they do pass. I mean, Williams got 97 yards passing plus. He's got over 100 total yards. He got a rushing touchdown tonight. But he is being complimented very well by, Rodney Jones, RJ, who's also got himself a rushing touchdown tonight. So, but I'm looking forward to this second half here, Abe. We got a 14-13 ball game, and it should be a whale of a game here.
Well, Paul, you know what else I'm impressed with? Is these teams both are 1-1. The beginning of the season, we haven't had a lot of flags. We haven't had a lot of chipper and going back and forth. The coaches have done a great job with preparing these teams to play each other. Because I'm quite sure they said the Panthers going to come out passing, and I'm quite sure the Panthers say we got to stop the run of the Sharks.
And the Panthers are doing this without, their main man, Savon Sam, who appears like he looks like I saw watching him at halftime. He's walking around with his helmet on, so he might have been a little dinged up for this game. So, but again, Panthers are going ahead and taking advantage of what they can, and it's been a really good ball game here. So the Panthers will be kicking off the Nature Coast. They'll be getting the ball first. Back deep for Nature Coast. Rodney Jones and Zayden McKenzie kicking off for the Panthers.
Well, all right, Paul. Well, it's about that
Alexander
time.
Paul, toe to leather, little short kick there. It's going to bounce, going to be picked up by Jones. He's going to go around the left side. He's got a little crease there. He's going to bring it out past midfield. He's still missing tackles. He's going to take it. He's at the 20. He's at the 10. Touchdown, Sharks!
Paul, we're going to ahead and take a look at this Jimmy John's freaky fast replay. Nice pitch. As he came, got momentum. He picked it up, goes to the left side. He is pulling, dragging. They're trying to pull him down. They're trying to arm tackle him, but he's keeping them legs moving, and he took it all the way, and he put the Sharks on the board immediately. And now, when I was trying to tell you earlier is what I'm most impressed about the Sharks right now. Do you know what grade R.J. Jones is in?
Tell me what grade he is.
He's a sophomore.
He's a sophomore.
He is a sophomore.
2 more years of him.
exactly. So is RJ going to be? Sometimes some teams have those players to where people say, who we going out to the game to see? Oh, you need to go see RJ. He's something special. Right now, RJ is showing us he is special for the Sharks. And you know what? Wearing number 4 here at Nature Coast, all the Nature Coast studs running backs that they've had at the school have worn number 4.
That's true. That's true. So a little bit of a jump there for the Sharks there on the extra point attempt. That'll move Beeson back 5. He says that's no problem. Total leather. He's going to put it through. So the Sharks will take a 21-13 lead right off the get-go. That's a statement right there, Abe.
What number was Cromer when Cromer played for the Sharks? Was he number 4?
I believe he was 4. I believe he might have been
We're gonna have
4.
to check that out.
Let's go back into the annals and take a
right.
look.
Maybe somebody that's watching us live right now can check out to see what number was Christian Cromer for the Sharks, because he was an impact runner for them.
Yeah, we're gonna have to take a look at that. That or was he number 2 maybe? I'm not sure. He was a
2 or
single
4.
digit. He was a single digit. So, but all well, he was number 2.
He was number 2.
He was number 2.
So that means number 4 must have been Deshaun Smith back in the day.
Yeah. I think you're right on that one. But still, the new number 4, RJ.
Mr. RJ. We may be calling his name quite a bit tonight and throughout the season.
So Decent will be kicking off to the Panthers. Panthers are going to go ahead and try to go ahead and answer back. Moore and Pollard back deep. He's going to go to Moore. Get that sneaky speed. He's going ahead and going to cut it up the middle. He's going to be taken down on just shy of the 30. So the Panthers will go ahead and start their drive here.
Now
down by 8.
Now the Panthers want to immediately come out and answer that big special teams play, with a touchdown of their own.
So Tipton to bring the boys out. First and 10 at their own 30. Let's see if they're going to go ahead and just keep methodical, keep it going, or they want to do a quick strike here and jump right back into this. Oh, this is the deep back. Got trips to the left. Tipton looking over. Man in motion is Moore. There's the snap. He's going to keep it himself, pitch it out to Moore. Moore breaks a couple tackles, brings it up to about the 34-yard line. Taken down by number 9, Jasir Harvin, and number 21, Tyler Davis.
Nice little momentum slight play. Tipton got the ball, going around the left side for that read option, and he actually optioned it off to number 1, Moore, and Moore picks up about 3-4 yards on that play. It seemed like a slow motion moving kind of play.
Second and 6.
So second and 6 now for Lecanto. Hollis gets it, rolls to the right, looking downfield. Got his man Moore cutting across the middle there. Nice little drag route. Correction, it's Pollard.
Nice little pass to Pollard from Tipton as he rolled to the right. Pollard was dragging across and he was able to hit him. Got about 6 yards on the catch.
Second and short here. About third and 1. Snap. He's going to give it to Hollis. He's wrapped up immediately in the backfield. That's Lizor. Let's take a look at this. Jimmy John's freaky fast instant replay. You can see Lizor just bust right through him all by himself.
He went through
He was almost taking the hand off himself.
Let's hear for the Sharks!
So a big stand there for the Sharks there. Holding him on 3rd and 1.
It was like the Panthers just opened the door open for Lizer and said, hey, come on in. Welcome to the party. And he made a nice tackle. He wrapped up and took him down immediately.
So we're going to have a false start here, so they're going to move him back 5 more yards.
False start against the Panthers.
So we're going to try this punt again. Looks like Caden Cole might be back to punt for Lecanto. It's a snap. Punt is away. Nice punt. Jackson going to go ahead and call for a fair catch at about the 43. So with 9:29 left to go, we got Nature Coast up 21-13.
One of the reasons we've been so successful at Divinity Med Spa is because we understand what people are looking for. They want to look good for their age. We can accomplish this by treatments such as Botox, filler, lasers, and an array of facials. Hernando County's only locally owned and operated med spa. Come see us.
So look, Nature Coast's going to go ahead and start at their own 42-yard line. There's a snap. It's going to go to Jones right up the middle, taking it down immediately in the backfield. That looked like
That was number
11.
11.
Tyler Franklin again, who's been all over the place for Lecanto in that backfield.
Looked like the Sharks wanted to come up and try to establish that run again, but like you said, that Panther defense met him immediately at the line of scrimmage. And he's been all over the field today on defense, number 11, Tyler Franklin.
Yeah, he's got that's his 3 tackles for a loss on his 4th tackle there tonight. So Nature Coast will be 2nd and 9. There's the handoff to Jones again. He's going to go right up the middle. He's going to go around on the left side. He's still got some daylight. He's going to bring it across the 40 into the 39-yard line.
Let's check out that Jimmy John's freaky fast replay.
So they're going to hustle up to the line there. Cassius Smith's
Take the
going to take
ball
it
around the
himself.
left
He's going to go
side.
over the left side.
Great quarterback keep for the Sharks.
He's going to be taken out of bounds. It looks like he's going to get a first down. Taken down there by Josh Patrick.
And that's Williams trying to take the game with his legs.
So Nature Coast on a nice little run here. Looking to go ahead and capitalize on the big stop their defense put in. So it'll be 1st and 10 now at the, looks like about the 26-yard line, 25. There's a snap. Williams going to take it again right up the middle. He's got some good blocking. He's going to pick up about another 8 yards, 7 yards.
You know, Paul, it looked like Williams is just following his blockers. The linemen are pushing forward, and he's just getting right behind them and picking up as many yards as they can. Quite sure the coach saying, we're going to run it till they stop us.
Spencer Butts on the tackle there for Lecanto. So 2nd and about 4, and we are in the zone.
That's right, Paul. We are in the neighborhood with Applebee's Red Zone.
There's the handoff to Jones. Jones is going to bring it around the left side. He's got a little bit of daylight. He's going to call him out at about 2-yard line. That was a nice play there.
Let's check out this Jimmy John freaky fast replay on that play. Ball handed off. Jones, he breaks around the left side. Got one man to beat. He was able to get pushed out of bounds. Like I said, we're going to be calling that R.J. Jones all night. He's going to be that special player that we talk about.
That was Pollard saving that touchdown there for Lecanto. So they did have Leo Baltic in at quarterback on that last play. They're going to be swapping back out with Cassius Williams. So you got to be thinking that he's probably going to just take it and bury his head and go right up to the backside of the offensive lineman here.
Well, right now,
but he is going to go to the center.
RJ is a little hot right now. He got the
They are
strong
going to give it to
leg.
RJ, and he's just going
and
to
he's
walk
up
right
the
on
middle.
in. That's a touchdown for RJ Jones.
Like I say, when you have a player running like that, you want to feed him the ball. And the Sharks did just that. He got him down there. Next thing you know, he give him the ball, let him punch it in.
Yeah, you got to, he had all the cake, so he's got to eat it too, Abe.
Right. And remember I told you, he's just a sophomore.
Yeah, RJ's got the 10 carries, 72 yards, 2 touchdowns. Plus he's got the kickoff return for a touchdown. So he's got a trifecta in touchdown, a treble, if you will. And Dyson's on for the extra point, and that puts him up 28-13. So with 5:46 left to go here in the opening, in the third quarter here, Nature Coast making a stand here, 28-13.
Well, Paul, they have came out and they made a statement. They made a special play with special teams, and then the offense came down and took the ball straight downfield on the back of Rodney Jones, Mr. RJ.
And they had the
So, Paul, how about we take a look at the McMurdo Family Vision Regional Scoreboard?
we're back here. Again. Dyson ready to kick off. Going to go again this time that's going to be taken by Franklin. Franklin's going to try to go around the right side. He's going to scoot himself up to the middle and bring it over about to the 33-yard line. So Lecanto facing a deficit of 2 touchdowns plus. I think they're going to have to put their foot on their gas and maybe start shooting it down a little bit deep. So we're going to take the obligatory water break here in the third quarter with Nature Coast up 28-13. And we'll be right back.
All right, Genty, time to learn the option play.
Come on, Coach. I know how to run the option.
Applebee's new ultimate trio. Mix and match 3 apps with 3 sauces, like shrimp, boneless wings, onion rings with sweet chili, blue cheese, and marinara. Or wonton tacos, waffle fries, and riblets with honey mustard, ranch, and honey barbecue. Or brew pub pretzels, mozzarella sticks, and waffles.
Coach, how many combinations are there?
There's over 80,000.
Applebee's new ultimate trio. Choose 3 apps and 3 sauces for $14.99. That's eating good in the neighborhood.
All right, so we're back here after the water break of 5:38 left to go here in the third quarter. Lecanto, they're going to try to have to go ahead, like I said, maybe put their foot to the pedal here and start taking some shots downfield. I think Tipton's going to go ahead and a little bit heavy on the pass here, finish out this second half. So that's Moore in motion. Another high snap. He's going to give it to Moore. Moore breaks a couple tackles, brings it back up to the line of scrimmage, tackled by pretty much the entire Nature Coast team, minus 1 or 2. Maybe a loss of a yard on that.
So, Paul, look, they're still starting to have that problem with the exchange from the center to the quarterback. Tipton is having to jump for the ball, which caused a slight delay, then trying to hand the ball off to Franklin, and then Franklin trying to make some. And Nature Coast's defensive line is just swarming to the ball right now. So by the time they look up, they're right there in their face. But apparently on this play, there was a face mask, so that's going to give the Panthers a break and a 15-yard penalty with a first down.
Yeah, free 15 yards there. That'll bring the ball up just shy of midfield for Lecanto. So Tripp's right, rushing the deep back on this one here. Ball go to rush it. He's got a hole on the left-hand side. Nice little tackle there. But not before he gets up to the first down sticks there.
You know, We're going to check out this Jimmy John's freaking fast replay. Tipton gives the ball. He hands it off. He finds some daylight around the outside. Tripped up. Saving tackle by, guess what? Cassius Williams, which is the quarterback, but he's out there playing safety for the Sharks. Making that saving tackle.
Big tackle on that one. So 1st and 10 at the 40 for Lecanto. There's a snap. Big pass. He's got a little bit of pressure. He's just going to dump it down. Smart little play there. He might have had an opportunity to hit Hollis on that, but he made the choice of just going ahead and burning that one there.
Well, it looked like
heavy pressure.
Tipton was under a lot of pressure by Aiden Smith, who got back there immediately. I mean, he was in his face as soon as the ball was hiked. Aiden is lined up over the center playing nose guard.
Center didn't check him off on him real quick on a little chuck block there. So Tipton looking to the right. He's got a little bit of pressure. He steps up. Oh, taken down big time.
Tipton had to step up again. But if you look at this play, Paul, as it developed, they were giving pressure. And once again, he was under pressure by number 69, Aiden Smith, which once he led up. Check out the Jimmy John freaking fast replay. Eliza was able to make that tackle, but Smith gave that pressure to make him cut up, and Eliza was able to seal the deal.
It'll be 3rd and 15 now for the Panthers. They've put themselves in a hole here. And it motions Pollard. He's going to come to the left side. Oh, a little false start over here on this side by K3. Kyler Kelly Lamb. Move them 5 more back. So the Panthers are kind of shooting themselves in the foot right now. Not an opportunity that they wanted to take care of.
So looking at the roster on this defensive line, Aiden Smith is a sophomore and Mr. Lizer is a junior. So this is a young squad that the Sharks are playing with.
3rd and long. Tipton flushed out of the pocket. He's rolling to the right. He's going to cut right back up. Gets just beyond the line of scrimmage. Taken down there by number 12, Dakota Mitchell. So that'll bring up 4th down, 4th and long for the Panthers. Once again, the Sharks defense holds tight.
Paul, it looks like Tipton is trying to find something downfield, but the way this Shark defense is swarming and getting to the ball, it is making that not happen for Mr. Tipton right now.
So the Panthers are going to go for it since they are in the Nature Coast territory. Nope, going to be a quick kick. It takes a Shark bounce. It's going to go into the end zone for a touchback.
You know, you must give it to the Sharks. Right now, they apply pressure. They struck out in special team points. Then their offense was able to put points on the board. And now the defense did what they needed to do and stop the Panthers. And sometimes that takes momentum from the team because right now the Panthers needed to answer those 2 quick scores by the Sharks, but the Sharks defense got out there and they swarmed. They were not giving up anything.
Yeah, they helped big on back-to-back series there, so that's going to be very key here going forward. So if Nature Coast goes ahead and puts more points up on the board here on this drive, I think it might be a little bit out of reach for Lecanto. So, but we'll see what happens here. Cassius Williams bringing his squad out here. There's the snap. He's going to go to Jones again. No, this time it's Elwin. Nick Elwin on the little run around. Goes up the middle and breaks it out to the left.
Now, Paul, they've inserted another running back in the backfield. It was a nice handoff by Williams to Nick Elwin, and then he burst through the hole. And when I look at this roster here, Nick is a sophomore also.
Yeah, again, I mean, you're talking about a bunch of young kids out here. Coach Hawley will be quite happy that he's got this talent for a couple more years. So Elwin again back in the backfield next to Williams. There's the snap. He's got to go to Elwin. Elwin's going to go ahead and go right up the middle. Again, breaking out about another 12-yard, 13-yard run here.
Paul, I think they found something with that offensive line, because that offensive line is winning the push right now, and the Sharks are just following their blocks, and they are hitting.
Yeah, the Sharks' offensive line is definitely having their way with the Panthers' D line. So
I mean, this is a sophomore show running back right now. They are showcasing what is to be for the Nature Coast Sharks. And right now we're early in the season, so just imagine when this team gel and have confidence and discipline and believe in each other to get ready to make that push for the playoffs.
So it'll be 1st and 10. There's a snap. He's going to go to Elwin again. Elwin this time going to get wrapped up by number 5, Josh Patrick for the Panthers.
You know, I'm enjoying this run game of the Sharks. I know they're missing number 30, Josiah Maynard. He's out with an injury, and he was another sparky running back that they had last year when we were looking at, you know, that nice little group of running backs that they had.
Right. So it'll bring up 2nd and 9 on the 1-yard run by Elwin. Giving Jones a break here on this series, so there's a snap. He's going to go to Elwin again. Ooh, met immediately in the backfield by Spencer Butts.
The Panthers seem like they got to play before the Sharks got to play on that one, because they were on that ball very fast. Almost like our replay, Jimmy John, freaky fast. That's how fast that defense was able to swarm to that. But right now you see the guys holding up 4 fingers in the air, meaning we are going into the 4th quarter with your Nature Coast Sharks on top, 28 to your Lecanto Panther 13. And we're going to take it to the break, and we'll be right back.
One of the reasons we've been so successful at Divinity Med Spa is because we understand what people are looking for. They want to look rested, refreshed, good for their age. We can accomplish this by treatments such as Botox, filler, lasers, and an array of facials, all by a team of trusted experts. This is Divinity, Hernando County's only locally owned and operated med spa. Come see us. We can't wait to meet you.
Went through the VFW, I went through the American Legion, and I felt they couldn't help me. And, you know, I got in touch with Chris, and he got right to work on it, and I'd say within a year, I had 100% disability.
All right. There. Cash is looking to his right. Slings it out to the left-hand side. He's got his man. He's going down to that's Neal. He's going to go down all the way to the end zone. Touchdown, Sharks. Correction. That was Zayden McKenzie. I apologize for that one. Nice little play there.
So let's check out this Jimmy John quick and fast replay. Williams take the ball. He rolls to his right, looking downfield. Hit McKenzie. McKenzie has nothing but burners, and he takes it all the way into the end zone for another touchdown for the Sharks.
Nice, and that's the extra point.
Extra point is good.
35-13 for the Sharks. Yeah, this is something that Lecanto did not need on that one there.
It was nice poise by Williams as he rolled to the right. He had Lanning dragging cross in front of him, and then he seen at the second level his second read, which he had McKenzie, and he dumped it off to McKenzie, and McKenzie showed the burners. And when I tell you McKenzie turned the burners on, he turned them on.
Oh, he did. There was no stopping him after that. So Nature Coast will go up 35-13 here in the fourth. You know, at this stage, you know, Coach Hawley's got to make sure that he has his club understand that, you know, when you got your foot on their throat, you need to keep pressing. You can't relax. You got to keep piling it on. And for Lecanto, you just got to regroup, try to make something good, try to make a positive out of the negatives that we've been seeing here in the second half for Lecanto. So Pollard and Moore back deep. But Franklin's going to go ahead and take it. The out back, he's got a little bit of a hole. He's going to bring it up to almost midfield. Looks like he's down to about the 49. They're going to give him up to midfield.
It's a nice safety high kick. You know, they didn't want to kick it too deep, but they still put it in the hands of Moore, which he was able to, you know, get them to the 50-yard line. I mean, that's still great field position for your offense to start out from.
Well, again, you know, like I said, you know, you got to make a little bit of positive out of the negative here in the second half, and be it just a couple first downs here and there, because I don't recall them having a first down here in the second half. There's a snap. Another high snap again. Tipton's going to pick it up. He's looking for a little something. He's just going to sling it downfield. Pass going to fall incomplete, intended for Lamb.
Second over the head snap that we've seen tonight. We've been seeing it throughout the entire game where the ball has been high, but 2 times it's gotten over his head. I'm not sure if coach going to try to make an adjustment, or is it the stance between the center and the quarterback that they need to adjust, because right now it's becoming a dangerous game whenever you hike the ball back there like that.
Yeah. So it'll be second and 10 at midfield. Tipton again. He's going to hand it off to Hollis. Hollis is going to go ahead and around the right side. He's got his little hole. He's breaking a couple tackles. Hollis at the 20. He's at the 15, at the 10. Touchdown! Nope, they're going to call him down at the 1. Nice little play there by Terrence Hollis.
Now, Paul, that was some hard running by the running back. Let's go ahead and go to that Jimmy John freaky fast replay. Tipton handed it off. He took it straight up the middle. The Sharks started trying to arm tackle.
Yeah, he broke about 3 or 4 tackles.
He was able to take it all the way down to the 1-yard line, which that means he put us in the neighborhood with Applebee's red zone.
Well, this is what I was talking about, Abe. A little bit of positive here. So Hollis is going to get in. He's in for the touchdown. So another rushing touchdown for Terrence Hollis.
So Hollis is trying to put this team on his back right now. Nice 50-yard run straight down the middle of the field, all the way down to the 1-yard line, and then he was able to punch it in for his team. They're saying the game is not over. They're still trying to do something in this game. We always say football is a 4-quarter sport.
4 quarters, Abe. So we're going to go ahead and take a break here with Nature Coast up 35-19. Panthers knocking at the door.
When you play football, you develop this mentality that, you know, you can withstand anything. You're Mr. Tough Guy. So years I had been battling. I was just excited to finally meet someone who knew what I was going through, who saw my pain, to think that in a matter of one treatment, and it got better and better as I began to get treatments throughout the month. You know, why would you deal with this pain for another day?
All right, so we're back here. We're going to go see Lecanto probably going to go for the 2-point here. Try to cut it down 21-35. Nature Coast looking to make a big stand. But that's what I was talking about, Abe. Got to make a positive out of the negative they had in the second half. They had a nice couple of runs there, a big run there by Hollis. You know, like you said, 4 quarters. Now it looks like they're going to go ahead and kick the extra point here. Alexander Paul on for the extra point. There's the snap. Kick is up. It's good.
Nice kick.
Down 15. Lecanto.
So number
Still
22, Hollis
game.
gave him something to look forward to with punching that in real quick. So now, will the Panther defense stand up, or will the Sharks offense continue to move the ball at will?
Well, like I mentioned, with you know, when you got an opponent down, you just can't let out the gas. You got to keep it going. You got to keep trying to score as many points as you can. It don't matter what the score is. If you're up by 15, if you're up by 50, keep scoring, Abe, because Lecanto, as they showed, a couple plays, boom, touchdown.
You know, and Paul, this is going to make it difficult because, you know, we got the Glory Days player of the game, and we got to figure out what player stood out, you know, on this field tonight. You know, what did you say they'll win earlier?
They're going to win themselves a Gulf Coast Sports Network t-shirt and a beautiful gift card of Glory Days. I'd like to thank Glory Days for the continued sponsorship here at GCSN. So Nature Coast is going to go ahead and take the ball. Ooh, immediately popped there at about the 30-yard line. There was McKenzie there on the run back. Big hit there by Lecanto. So we'll call it 1st and 10 for the Sharks at the 33-yard line. I would say it's probably safe to say that they're going to get a heavy dose of some run action because R.J. Jones is back in here.
I mean, with 10 minutes, 43 seconds left, they don't have the pressure on them as much as the Panthers have. So, and the run has been successful for them. Nice handoff up the middle.
Breaks a couple tackles. Picks up about 6 on that play.
Paul, I kind of took that from you because it seemed like RJ was sitting in the back. Check out this Jimmy John freaky fast replay. Nice handoff. He goes straight up the middle, and he giving nice running hard yards.
But it will be brought back all for naught with a holding penalty. So we're going to recant this one here. Go 1st and 20.
Once again, we'd like to thank each and every one of you for tuning in to Gulf Coast Sports Network. We hope you subscribe and like it. Don't forget, next week, we'll be at Weeki Wachee High School, where the Hornets will be taking over the Central Bears.
So Williams going to take it himself right up the middle. There he goes. Brought down there by number 18.
You know that play, Paul? Williams just stayed calm following his block. He picked up some yards. Check out the replay. And all he did was get behind his blockers. Then he found a seam and went straight up the middle.
There's LeGrier on the tackle there for the Panthers. So that'll bring up 2nd and 9. We're just getting the play from Coach. Snap, direct snap. He's going to take it around to the right side himself. Try to cut right back. Taken down by a host of Panthers with Josh Patrick.
Now, Paul, it looked like they was trying. It was a design run. It looked like he was trying to get to the right side of the line and try to get upfield. But the Panthers defense was able to swarm over there and able to immediately wrap him up. Sometimes the Panthers been arm tackling and reaching for these guys, and that's why they, get those extra yards. So this time they were able to grab onto him and wrap him up and take him down immediately.
So they'll bring about 3rd and 7 now for Nature Coast.
And the Sharks are in no hurry. They're playing with the clock right now. They're taking their time doing what they need to do. Clock management.
They got a stool and a bucket, and they're going to go ahead and milk it for what it's worth. So there's a snap. Williams is going to throw the ball. He's got a man. Oh, goes right through his hands. Oh! Almost picked by the deep back there. It's number 6, Cameron Stubbins, it looks like.
Check out the replay. Williams rolls to his left. It was a little high and almost behind the receiver. And he was unable to get his hands on, but then touching that ball, it almost got intercepted as well for the defense, and the Panthers was looking for something like that.
Yeah, well, they're making a big stand here, so it's going to be 4th down and long, forcing the Sharks to go ahead and punt. Braylon Moore back deep.
Moore's back deep, and I'm quite sure he's trying to look for a spark on special teams. That's why special plays are made on special teams. Will this be his opportunity?
There's a line drive. He's going to go ahead and field it on one hop. At the 35. Cuts back towards the middle.
But the Sharks special teams was not having it. He was trying to find daylight, but what he found was a host of Sharks swarming for whichever direction he tried to run.
Brought down by Shasir Hartman on that play. So the Panthers made the big hold there, so they'll get the ball in their own territory at the 36-yard line. With 8:04 left, Abe, we're going to see if we get more of a dose of Mr. Terrence Hollins here. He is lined up there with Tipton in the backfield. Well, everybody wanted to go except for the center.
Paul, we've been having the high snaps over the head, but this time the center didn't snap the ball.
Hey, don't forget what the count was.
Ball start.
So we're going to call it a false start on the entire Panther offense minus the center.
There you go.
You should blame that on the center.
So the Panthers are trying to find something to get them back into the game right now.
And that's not a way to do it. They lose 5 on that, so 1st and 15. Tipton goes to Hollis. He goes around the left side.
Hollis picked up some hard yards on that play, but it looked like there's a flag on the field.
Taken down there by Dontrell Parker. See what the flag is. Timeout. The officials discussing what the flag is. Personal foul face mask
on the Sharks.
So that'll give them 15. Again, Sharks don't want this to happen. 7:45 left to go.
Not sure if the clock didn't start. It seemed like the Panther coaches was yelling about the clock while they were trying to discuss about the penalty.
Irregardless, it's 1st and 10 for the Panthers in Sharks territory now at the 43. There's a snap. Tipton looking. Going to go to the right. Dumps it down slow. He's got Patrick there, who brings it up to about the 23-yard line. Nice little play there by Tipton.
So check out the Jimmy John's freaky fast replay. Tipton throws a nice little pass, almost somewhat like a screen. Then he was able to follow his blocking, but I believe his blocking was watching the run. Then when he finally turned down, he seen where a player was right there, and he was able to get taken down. But
So first and 10, and looks like we're going to get a timeout.
Make sure you do this, get ready for
It's going to be a Shark timeout.
and have a pickout.
So it's 7:18 left to go here in the game. Sharks up 35-20. Panthers on a roll. We'll be right back.
Hey there! Have you heard about Ron Schuster Pest Control? They've been serving the Nature Coast since 1983 and are experts in keeping your home and lawn pest-free. Give them a call at 352-683-4003 to schedule your appointment. Remember, when it comes to lawn treatments, the grass is always greener at Ron Schuster Pest Control.
All right, back here.
Paul, I
Correct.
see the Panthers are knocking on the door. What do you see happening right now?
Well, I mean, the methodical thing, they still got 7-13. They're down by 15. They go in. I mean, they ain't got a rush yet, Abe. So I wouldn't see them changing up too much of what they're doing right now. So with the help of some penalties, too, they're on the move. Tipton, he's got no pressure right now. There's a flag got thrown. Nice pass across the middle. Intended for Patrick, but it was incomplete. But we got a flag.
Check out the flag.
Usually in the area of holding. Yeah, we're going to be holding on the Panthers.
Now, it seems like the second half of this game is when we're starting to get a lot of penalties. Is that because the players are getting tired and not thinking, or what will make them start getting more penalties in the second half of the game?
That's definitely a factor. You know, fatigue starts working in, and you know when your muscles start getting tired, your brain starts getting tired. You start doing silly things. You know, but again, you know we're third game into the season now, so some of this stuff needs to be self-correcting at this point. And I understand you've been out there, and it's been a tough game too. So
We're saying them preseason pretty much for those first two games is over.
yeah, you got to start correcting some of these issues. So.
You know, and some of these coaches, high school coaches, have the ultimate challenge because not only do you got to make sure your players are focused on the field, but you also have to make sure they're focused in the classroom as well. And then once you make sure they're focused in the classroom and have the grades to make themselves eligible to continue playing, then you got to make sure they stay injury free because that also get equated into everything that's going on.
So an incomplete little screen pass there, but that's not going to matter because it was a little bit of a false start, head start there by Lecanto. So they're going to decline the penalty and make it 3rd and 20. You can see a lot of these guys with their hands on their hips, trying to get that extra intestinal fortitude to go ahead and drive through for the rest of this game with 7:05. It's going to be correction, going to be 2nd down and 20. There's a snap. Tickman to the left. He looks across the middle. He's got a man open. That's Patrick in the end zone. Oh, right through his hands. Incomplete.
Pass incomplete.
So it was a nice pass by Tipton. He tried to get it to his receiver, Patrick. Check out the replay. Tipton dropped back. He looks, and he puts it in the air. And that's where you try to teach your young receivers. They got to go get the ball at its highest point. As you look at it, he waited till the ball was coming down to where the defender was able to make a play on it. But had he tried to get that ball at its highest point, he would have had a better opportunity of catching that pass.
That was some good coverage there, too, by Dominic Gonzalez. But like you said, he was trying to let it come to his body instead of going to get the ball. You need to go get the ball in those situations. You can't let it come to you. So we got 3rd down 20 here for Lecanto. They're going to switch up the play. Tipton sitting back, not too much pressure. He's going to take it and run on himself around the right-hand side.
Looked like Tipton, he was looking downfield. He didn't want to force it. He had a nice pocket. Then he decided to just go ahead and run it around the outside.
So that'll bring up fourth down for the Panthers. Fourth and about 14.
Don't forget, we got to figure out what player we're going to choose for the Glory Days player of the game. And we've had some standout players in this game here tonight.
It's a big fourth down here for Lecanto. Pollard in motion. He's going to go ahead and change it up again. You don't need the home run on this, Abe. You just need the first down. Heavy pressure. There's the throw. Throws it right in the middle. That's picked off. That could be ball gaming. Yasir Harvin with the big interception there. Looked like he was trying to force this one. Tipton was.
Check out the Jimmy John replay. He had time. He was looking, and he threw it straight down. It was nothing but sharks in the area.
Looks like he might have been trying to squeeze that into Patrick, but
And Jasari Harvin was able to scoop it up and make that answer for the Sharks defense. So we done had special teams play by the Sharks. They've had defensive plays by the Sharks. They had offensive plays by the Sharks. So across the board, the Sharks have been a little balanced with what they're trying to do and trying to establish and trying to identify themselves. They also have had a nice run game, and then they showed that they can pass.
yeah, that was a big defensive stand there for the Sharks. I mean, I don't know if you had to go that deep. I think he tried to force that a little bit farther downfield than he wanted to. But, I mean, you got to have somebody coming across the middle there. I mean, he had three guys going towards the end zone, nobody coming across the middle, which was wide open. So
Right, it looked like he had pressure, but then he was able to step up into pressure, but then he was trying to force the ball. And the defense showed him one thing, and then they showed the speed of Harvin as he slid his way over there to get the ball.
it'll be first and 10 for the Sharks. There's the handoff. It looks like it might be Elwin again. Gets back maybe to the line of scrimmage.
He was immediately grabbed by Franklin, which kept him from getting any yards because the Panthers' defensive linemen are still slightly getting back there.
My apologies. That was RJ on that run there. Got back to the line of scrimmage. So that'll be second and 10 now for the Sharks. 5:35 left to go. The clock is running out for the Panthers. The Sharks are in no rush to call this play. There's the snap. They are going to throw it. And they go up to Neal, who drops the ball. And that's going to stop the clock for the Panthers, Abe.
Now it's in and out of the hands of Neal. It was a nice pass, but he just couldn't pull it in.
But do you want to start messing around by throwing the ball, having that happen to where you're stopping the clock for the Panthers? I mean, you're putting a lot of onus on your defense thinking that they can go ahead and keep this up and keep stepping up and denying the Panthers. So.
Right. Well, they've had success with Jones and Elwin running the ball. This would be the perfect time for them to run the ball and get as many yards as they can as they eat up the clock and continue to try to get first down. And let your offensive line show why you've trusted in them, especially in the fourth quarter, to push this Panthers defensive line.
So we got 3rd and 10. Williams just going to take it himself, looking for a little bit of hole up the middle. Taken down there by Cameron Stubbins, I believe.
Paul right there. Quarterback kept the ball, and he was able to pick up about 5 yards just following his block. Let your offensive line lead you. Right now, you're in a perfect position. You got the runners. Your offensive line saying, follow us.
Lecanto takes the timeout there to make it 4th down and about 5.
So with that being said, let's go ahead and check out the McMurdo Family Vision Regional Scoreboard. See what's going on around the league.
All right, so coming out of the timeout, Lecanto with 2 timeouts left. My apologies. So big 4th down. Ryan Pollard back deep for the Panthers. Snap, kicks away. Nice kick. Pollard throwing to his left. He threw up the fair catch sign. Apparently the ref did not let him get the fair catch sign. And he brings it up to about the 32, but that was a little funky there.
He did a half and half.
Yeah, he kind of wasn't sure. He did the little quick wave there on that.
He was waving to the Panther fans.
That's it. I'll just say, hey, get out of my way. That's what he was saying. So we'll go ahead and they're going to go ahead and probably discuss that because I do believe the White Hats might have saw that. So as they're sitting there debating on if they want to call that a fair catch or not, Lecanto, again, they have an opportunity to answer back here with 4:59 left to go in the game. They have 2 timeouts. So the White Hat is going ahead and going to talk to Coach Hawley, explain to him what they saw. So, Abe, you're Lecanto. Do we want a quick strike here, or do we want to just keep going on and doing what we've been doing?
Paul, you know what? Tippett and Moore, they got a nice little hookup. And you know what? Sometimes you got to have trust in your receiver. I'm going to let Moore go down there and make a play for me to spark my offense to get us back in the game.
So we'll see what they do here. 1st and 10 in Sharks territory at the 32. Pollard in motion. They're going to give it to Pollard. They're going to give it back to Moore. A little double reverse there. He's caught in the backfield.
Well, when I meant give it to Moore, I meant by pass. Not the reverse. I meant by pass.
Braden Hogan on the big tackle there. So that was a little trickeration for nothing.
Right, but he did give it to who I said it needed to be given to.
Yeah.
But my thing was a pass.
He went a little bit
I wanted a pass
downfield.
play. Right.
Not behind the line of scrimmage. So
like I said, the Sharks have been blanketing their receivers all night.
2nd and 10. He's going to you, man, Moore. A little overthrown. And yes, they are going to call that. There's a couple flags on there. Avion Jackson got a little extra shot there after in the end zone here.
Yeah, check out the replay. Tippin dropped back. He pushed the ball in the air. The receiver is looking.
It's over his head, and Jackson, you can see there, just lays into him. Costly penalty right there, so that's going to be 1st and 10 at the 15-yard line. So the Sharks don't need to start doing this.
You know, I can hear some of the Sharks fans yelling it was uncatchable, but he's kind of a tall kid, and the ball was in the air. But now that puts us in the neighborhood with Applebee's Red Zone.
They're going to give it to Hollis. He's going right up the middle. He's looking for a hole. He's still fighting hard, kicking down there by Dakota Mitchell. Terrence Hollis churning and burning.
Hollis is running the ball like they are still in this game. He is not giving up. He is utilizing his legs, and he is making plays.
Nice little running back, competition between Jones and Hollis. And Hollis goes again up the middle, fighting.
Fighting and dragging.
He's down to about the 3-yard line.
Looked like he might have picked up the first down on that.
And I do believe he is. That's going to be 1st and goal. They're going to call him down at about the 3-yard line. They're going to hustle it up here. Clock is ticking with 3:40 left to go. There's a snap. Hollis, nope. Tipton's going to take it. He just kind of chucks the ball behind the line. It's picked up by the receiver out there. Pollard, and touchdown Panthers.
So we're going to have to go to that Jimmy John's replay because a lot of things happened on that play just now.
I mean, it was odd at best. I mean, you had the fake handoff to Hollis, Tipton taking it. He just kind of.
Well, I think they were going to give the ball to Hollis, and he immediately pulled it. Then the Sharks defense got on it quickly, and he shoved the ball forward.
So they're not going to give him the touchdown. They're going to say that was an incomplete pass. And it'll bring up 2nd down and goal. And we're going to go ahead, and the Sharks are going to take a timeout. So, with 3:26 left to go here, big stand coming up here for the Sharks. 35-20, Lecanto down, but knocking on the door. We'll be right back.
So did they give him the touchdown?
I haven't ran
So
because I just believed that my body was on the decline, that the pain that I was experiencing was not tolerable enough for me to go out and run. And the day that he adjusted me, I felt that release, and I felt like I could actually put on my cleats again.
But that means it would be 2nd down.
All right, so we're back. So we actually did have that as a touchdown. They are going to call it. They are going to say it was a lateral. And we're going to call it a touchdown for the Sharks. It's going to be Highland Park, or excuse me, touchdown for the Panthers. And Pollard gets the touchdown. So we got 35-26 here. The Panthers going for 2. Trying to cut this deficit to 1 score. There's a quick touch. Oh! Nice play there. That looks like number 3, Trent Montgomery on the coverage there, but try to do a quick little pass there, Tipton.
So, Paul, we're in the 4th quarter. 3 minutes, 26 seconds remaining. We got the Sharks leading 35, the Panthers 26. Panthers feel like they're still in this game right now. They tried to go for 2 and was unsuccessful. So now, do you go for an onside kick or you just kick it deep, let your defense come out there and try to stop the Sharks?
Well, they've had a nice stand the last 2 series. So, I mean, at this point, it's 3:25. You know, you're only down by 9. So I'd go ahead, just keep it deep, and hopefully, you do got 2 timeouts in your pockets. The Sharks don't have any. So they're going to have to get first downs and get out of bounds. So they're going to have to kill the clock for you. So if the Sharks are smart, they just keep it on the ground and try to burn as much time. But we'll see what Lecanto has in store here, if they're just going to kick it deep or if they're going to go ahead and try it onside. So Alexander Paul's the kicker for Lecanto. So they're going to little swift kick there. Going to be covered by the Sharks at the 45-yard line. So,
well, let's get ready to see
Go ahead.
what the Sharks going to come out and do. Like I say, they have the legs of those young sophomores, Jones, Harvin, as well as Elwin. Put it in their hands. because right now you really don't want to run Williams that much, especially you got a game next week. You know, don't put him in a predicament to where he could get hurt or something like that. So go ahead and let your running backs do what they need to do.
So they got a little power offense out there. There's a snap. They're going to pitch it back out to Jones. Jones immediately wrapped up in the backfield. Nice play there by Breckton Howard.
Not sure if the Sharks offensive line put any hands on anybody on that play because the Panthers was in the backfield immediately on that play as if they read it and knew that was coming, especially the way the Sharks stacked everybody on the right side of the field.
So Lecanto takes a timeout. They'll be down with one timeout left. 3:18 left to go here in the game. It'll bring up 2nd and 12 for the Sharks. So Sharks, I'm sure, are just going to keep pounding that ball.
Trio. Choose 3 apps and 3 sauces. Over 80,000 combinations for only $14.99.
Now that's a heck of an option play.
Applebee's new Ultimate Trio.
Let's see what the Sharks can do.
Hope everybody had the opportunity to watch the Senior Spotlight with Avion Jackson tonight. If not, you can catch it on Gulf Coast Sports Network.
Give it to Jones again, and again immediately taken down right at the line of scrimmage. Again, that's Breckton Howard. Breckton Howard just having himself a series right here. Nice 2 big stops. The Panthers going to go ahead and kill the clock again. Call a timeout with 3:09 left to go. And that'll bring up 3rd and 12 for. So still 3 minutes left. Over 3 minutes left.
Paul, we got to also keep in mind, we got to start looking for that Glory Days player of the game. We've had multiple players on both teams doing an outstanding job. JT Timpton has had a good game. Terrell Hollis has had a good game. Braylon Moore has had a good game. Williams had a good game. Jackson's had a good game. Harvin has had a good game. Elwin has had a good game. Rodney Jones has had a good game. Across the board on both teams, they've had great games tonight.
This could come down to one of them last play of the game kind of selections. So 3rd and 12 for the Sharks. Williams is going to take it himself. He's going to go up the middle. He breaks a couple tackles. Close to the first down. Looks like they're going to mark him a yard short.
And this was nice. Nice design run. Quarterback, he just ran straight up the middle. His offensive line, everybody was blocking. But right now is where the Sharks got to be smart. You can't feed into the Panthers. The Panthers are down. They're trying to do anything they can to get the ball back. So now you got to make sure your offensive linemen get back to the line, because what you see now is they're starting to get a little chippery, starting to do a little extra pushing. And what's going to happen is one of those referees is going to see that and going to start throwing the flag.
Yeah, you don't need to take any penalties on this here. So it's about 4th in the yard. Let's see if Shark's going to go ahead and try to put this away. Got the push. The second push got him over the line there. The Panthers immediately on that snap there, they kind of stood him up at, the second effort. Went ahead and got the Sharks the first down. So with 2:11, clock's going to go ahead and start on the ready for play. So the Sharks have just about put this one away here.
So Paul, if the Sharks can maintain, this would be Coach Hawley's first home game victory.
That's correct.
It'll be his first home game victory, and then they'll be 2-11. 2-1 if they pull this game out tonight.
So clock running with 1:35. 1st and 10. There's a snap. Jones going to take it up the middle. Going to break to the left. There's a cut back over to the middle. There's going to be a flag on the play. Gets the first down. Let's see what the flag is.
Jones is still running hard as if he was in the first quarter. Jones, that type of runner, he's not letting the first guy take him down. He's having multiple guys have to take him down.
He's getting that extra effort in there. So if this is against the Sharks, it's going to push him back some. It looks like it is going to go against the Sharks. Waiting for the call. We got holding on the face mask, offsetting penalties, so they're going to replay the down, which is quite beneficial for the Sharks now. Because we'll go ahead and restart the first down here again with 1:22 left to go in the game. So they're just going to take a victory formation. They can run out the clock now, Abe, after that.
So, Paul, it looked like the Sharks may be taking this tonight. I mean, it was a great game, great show. Show the fans, the student section showed up. Give it up to the Panthers band. They have played the entire night. And the Panthers that travel here to the game would like to thank each and every one of you for tuning into the Gulf Coast Sports Network as we get ready to look to see who's going to be our Glory Days player of the game as they get ready to continue in the victory formation.
So we got 45 seconds clicking down here. One more snap, that'll pretty much do it. But you know what? You got to give Lecanto some credit there. You know, they did not start well in the second half, but you know, they had a couple nice plays there coming around in the fourth quarter, and you know, they made a ball game out of this all night. You know, the 35-26 is not going to be a something to hang your head on. Excuse me, hang your helmet on. So Abe, with the game winding down here with 10 seconds left to go, it looks like Nature Coast is going to pull this one out 35-26. Who's going to be our Glory Days player of the game, Abe?
Well, congratulations again to Nature Coast for pulling out this victory at home, and congratulations to Coach Hawley for getting his first home game victory with the Sharks. And tonight our player of the game is going to be, for Nature Coast Sharks, number 4, Rodney R.J. Jones. He had a great night tonight. I believe he had 2 touchdowns. One was on special teams with that nice long run. And he had 3 touchdowns, 12 rushes, 122 yards, 2 TDs.
And then he had the kickoff.
Rodney Jones, you are our player of the game. Great job, young man. Great job. Congratulations to the Nature Coast Sharks for their victory. And right now we're going to set it up the wheels.
Thank you very much, Abe and Paul. What a ball game we've had here tonight. Nature Coast is going to take home a hard-fought victory. Obviously, 2 great programs on the field tonight. The future's bright for the Panthers and the Sharks. 35-26, your final score. Don't forget to like and subscribe. We hope you enjoyed the broadcast tonight. And don't forget, we'll see you next time. Hold on.